Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
He was like, oh, does it feel hot and hard? And I said, I do hope you're still talking about my nipples.
It's Thursday afternoon. Actually, no, it's not, is it?
Thursday
What
morning.
is it?
It's Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday afternoon. It's Wednesday afternoon. This comes out Thursday morning. And we are in the same room.
Yeah, it's thrown, yeah? Cause
It has thrown me.
Yeah.
I expect you on a screen.
Yeah.
But you're sat on my sofa.
Yeah.
Don's Le Petit Pig.
Yes. In your studio.
Yes.
Is that what's translate to? Not I'm a small pig.
No.
What does Don's mean?
In
In the small pig.
the small pig.
Yeah.
Little Piggy Studios.
Yeah. Exactly.
Here we are. Yeah, we were going to do a Zoom yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I had a call 3 minutes before we were meant to start with a consultant psychiatrist about my mother, which was a call I couldn't avoid. And you and my wife thought I was dead.
Yeah. I thought it'd be funny to hear it from both sides. So that's from your side. My side, I finished work, long day at work. I'm a bit worn out from just, gigs, work, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, right, get to the studio after work, set up. It's 5:30, expecting it to be, Ben Winty invited you to a Zoom call. It's 5:37, maybe 5:30, I can't remember. 5 minutes goes by. I go, it's weird, Said, are we podding? Something like that? Podcasting,
Yeah.
And then 15 minutes later, I was a bit worried. So I said, is everything okay? And I did wonder if it was something to do with your mum. And then, texted your wife. I said, have you heard from Ben? We're going to be doing the podcast. And she called me and she was like, I'm just leaving work, but I'll give him a ring. And then she was like, right, his car's on the drive and I've called him and he hasn't answered. So I'm not sure, but I'll be home soon in like 10 minutes, And I think both of us secretly didn't say it on the phone, but went, well, I hope he's not dead.
Yeah.
Genuinely thought that was it, And I thought, oh my God, But
I like to think that's a testament to how reliable I am. That
yeah, it's exactly what
not
it is.
setting up a Zoom call is death.
Yeah,
Could
well, that's
be
exactly
death.
it. Because if it was so many other people, I'd be like, oh God, that is classic. Whoever, you know.
Elliot.
Yeah, exactly. Elliot's 15 minutes late.
Yeah, classic. Yeah.
Of course he is.
Factor that in to life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas you, because you're so organised, if you're late for one thing, he must be dead. There's no other explanation.
No in between.
There's no in between. But you're not dead, so that's good.
That is good.
That is good
for me, at least.
Yeah. For all of us, for the podcast,
Yeah.
But that is how the podcast will end one day, I reckon. Just one of us will just die, and then whatever. That's a weird thought, isn't it? Whatever episode was the episode before one of us just dies, that'll be our last episode. I don't feel like there'll be a farewell episode. I feel like it will just be like keep going, and then 1 week it won't be there.
Like washing your clothes.
Like washing your clothes. Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, there's not a point in life where you go, that's all the clothes washed now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's stop.
Yeah. Exactly. So
one day will be your last laundry day.
Yeah. Exactly. One day you'll buy a pair of shoes and it'll be the last pair of shoes you ever buy.
Yeah.
No, you don't know which shoes that is. Anyway.
You could have already bought them.
Yeah. That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you see someone... someone who dies and you go, they didn't know that would be their last Christmas,
Yeah.
That's what I always go to. God, I got a tickle in my throat.
Oh,
boy.
yeah. Is that for the dentist? George, so we're doing it in person because I eventually spoke to George, so don't worry, I'm not dead. And you were like, oh, a few. I was like, can you do podcast now? And I appreciate, this was 45 minutes later. You're quite clearly in your car.
Yeah, I was like driving.
So for me, I mean, I don't know where you were going. You don't have to say, but I thought, well, he's thought I was dead.
Yeah.
So he's just gone out. There was a worry for a certain amount of time. And he was like, well, if he is dead, I've got a rehearsal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to nip out.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'm actually coming to Emsworth tomorrow for the dentist. Can we do it in person?
Do you want to know, this is, to be very black and white about it, Lizzie, my partner, I was she lives in Worthing, and I was going to go and see her. I did. But there was a part of me that thought, well, Worthing's on the way to heaven if you've died, you know what I mean? So I thought, well, I'll head that way.
Yeah. I'll head west.
I'll head west.
And I'll see if a message comes through.
Exactly. Because date night might be cancelled, if I get, a message from Phoebe that isn't, yeah, he's fine. Anyway, you're not dead, and that's great. I went to the dentist though. A lot of bunts. Bunts. $149.
Yeah, and that was for a
hygienist and checkup.
And
checkup. We were saying this before we did the pod. Checkup was so quick, and should it be cheaper if it's that quick? It's about 5 minutes.
Yeah, there needs to be a sort of payment system to reward good maintenance of your teeth.
Yeah.
And you go in and they go, it's $150.
Yeah.
Don't give me this $149 bullshit.
No,
we all know
weird,
it's £150.
Yeah.
We will knock off a $5 for every good tooth that doesn't need anything doing.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or your wife will know about this. You know the gum. Do you know the gum numbers? You must know the gum numbers. Where it's like, if it's a good gum, it's 1,
right,
and then it goes all the way up to probably 10.
Yeah.
And what
I zone out when she starts talking about teeth.
Fair enough. but when they I once asked about it, because if people that know, when you go for a checkup, they start jabbing your gums and they go 111, 121, 121. 111, 311, and you're like,
it's
what?
like an auction.
What? Yeah, you're like, what is
you
that?
selling these?
Yeah. And I once said, what does that mean? And the guy was like, 1 is great, that's the best gum, and then 10 is awful. 10 is like you Shane McGowan,
Yeah.
But don't know where I was going with this. Money. If you every 1 is just a penny, and then every 3 is 3 pence. You'd have to.
So you can start the other way around. So you go, this is free, but for every bad gum or tooth, we're gonna.
You could do that. Yeah.
But either way, you work. Either way,
exactly.
it should be about £70.
Well, exactly. It's a bit like your back guy. When you just went in for a meeting or whatever, and it was like, yeah, it's all good, or not all good, but and you're like, well, I've got half an hour, so I'm going to ask you some questions. So I asked him about my wisdom tooth. I was like, look, it's bloody big. It's basically all the way out. Does that need to come up? Well, what are we doing? I had a bit of banter as well. He said you seem like a reformed man. He said in past years you were quite unhealthy in your teeth, so probably your lifestyle. I was like, yeah, just a bit.
Too rock and roll for ya.
Exactly. Because my residency abroad, I came back and he had to take a tooth out because it was rotten from a year of debauchery. But now it's all good because I've grown up, I've matured. Sure, get over it. But he was just like, it's like, didn't you used to take on a lot of coke or something, And I can see his assistant sort of looking at me like, like what does he mean by that? and I said,
he looks the sort.
Yeah, and I went, do you mean? And then I sort of cupped my mouth, to pretend someone else might hear. I went, do you mean I was on coke? And I quite like having a bit of banter in a medical setting,
Ease the tension.
Ease the tension, and also
because it's all clean and scrubs and shit and gloves.
Yeah,
pop a little bit of banter in.
A little bit of banter.
Let's all have
because
a laugh.
That they're not really meant to laugh. Do you know what I mean? So I once had a nipple problem, in my younger days.
Okay.
It wasn't really a problem. I don't know. There was just sort of like they just sort of. I don't know if I'd been bitten or something. There was something going on. But this is a podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
People are going to hear this. But the doctor.
It's disarming in person, isn't it?
It is. I'm going to reveal way more. But I went in for a doctor, and he had this young female assistant, and he said, "Right, take your shirt off, if it's a nipple problem." And then she had to, pat my nipples down to see what was going on, and he said something along the lines of, it still makes my mum laugh. He was like, "Oh, does it feel hot and hard?" And I said, "I do hope you're still talking about my nipples." And I was like young, dropping banter. I was like 16 or something. So I think there was the added like, "Oh my God, is he kind of he's a child legally, But I was proud of that because they laughed, but also were just like, I shouldn't laugh, So I'm always, I think, sort of like the equivalent of being in a school exam and trying to make people laugh, or something where you have to be quiet, you know. As soon as the teacher says, right, no one else laugh, it's just, right, well, now everything's funny, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dentist was good. Yeah, it's good.
Good.
It's all
What
good.
time is your appointment?
2:30. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Lovely
Good.
bit of business.
Yeah. I bet they've never heard that.
No,
No.
I really don't think they have.
Yeah.
I really don't think they
And then
have.
tomorrow, I'm having my ears sucked off or whatever, suctioned, syringed. So I'm going to be a new man by the weekend, you know. Perfect teeth, perfect ears. Yeah. it's all
Perfect
good.
face.
Well, you know, chance to be a fine thing. How are you?
Not bad, you know. It's obviously the situation with Mum is ever developing. She's in a care home now on a respite stay, which has been good. We've just extended the stay. So that's all kind of wearing away in the back. It's very time consuming though. It's very time consuming. And when you're semi-retired like me, you know, I chose this life to not be I'll spend more time sorting that shit out than I do work.
Then you did at the old blacksmiths. You're like, right, admin's done. And then you're like, no.
But you'll have noticed, I mean, we spoke the other week, an episode titled The Curious Case of the Headless Pigeon.
Yes. Oh,
well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right. So my cat Billy was on his bedroom windowsill. He likes going up there and have a look outside, going, what's going on in Hammond today?
Yeah.
Let's see what's happening.
Yeah.
And he was doing that chirpy thing, you know, they do when they see a bird or anything. They do that thing. It's fucking brilliant. And he was looking, it seemed like he's been quite interested in, like, and I'd look through the window with him and there was like a small bird and that was there a lot. And he's obviously seen this little bird. He's like, right. So I came out to this, go do my food shop. I was like, I'll just have a look, see why there's, you know, if there's action, action going on in that part of the roof. And it looked to be like in the neighbour's sort of PVC thing under the guttering, you know, that sort of stuff. I can't remember what it's called. And it seemed like a bird, there's like a hole in it, and it seemed like a bird had made a nest or was like feeding some young'uns in there or something. And I was like, well, that makes sense. If there's lots of little birds flying around, my cat's obviously absolutely loving that. And he's looking for a feast.
Yeah.
But then what I noticed, and this is again only a few weeks after finding a dead pigeon in my garden, headless dead pigeon, was we got like a shared chimney with the neighbour, it's a terraced house, and there's a couple of TV aerials up there, and there's a big TV aerial, and hanging off that TV aerial is a dead magpie.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, one, what's happened?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Because now it's not just, the pigeon flew into the window.
Yeah.
Like, this is a cursed graveyard. Like, Bermuda Triangle for avian creatures. And, has this magpie fallen victim to the same foul play as the pigeon and flown towards the house, but this time got stuck on a TV aerial? Like, it's hanging from, like, what looks like its leg. Yeah. Like, you know,
to get stuck and then die.
Yeah, and it's just like upside down, hanging and swinging in the wind. And you go, well, it's bad enough putting a pigeon in a bag and in the bin. Yeah. How'd you get that down?
Yeah, literally.
Like, what'd you do?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll probably just fall down and end up on the patio anyway.
Yeah.
At some point.
Will it fall down the chimney, do you reckon?
No, I don't think it's over the spout.
Yeah.
But you're like, I mean, what do you call the cat? Yeah, it's a dead magpie on the roof.
Yeah.
Hanging off a TV area.
Oh, you just leave it. Let nature do its course.
Let it be a warning.
Yeah.
To
the
neighbourhood.
What, bird neighbourhood or your
just everyone, like, you know, I've probably got a reputation around here anyway, you know what I mean? I'm sort of a bit of a bad boy, a hard man.
Big time.
And that's another little warning. Ooh, don't go there. But also, quite handy to help navigate people to the studio.
Yeah.
You just go, just the house with the dead magpie.
Yeah.
Hanging.
Yeah.
Like it's a feature.
Yeah, yeah. Keep it there.
Google Maps, pin, what 3 words? Dead magpie.
Exactly.
It's your classic triumvirate of locator elements.
Yeah.
But that's weird, isn't it?
It is weird. It is weird.
And I did wonder, like, is Billy being sat on that window? Is he some sort of, like, snare?
Bird whisperer.
Is he? Yeah, like, he's like, come over here.
Yeah. He's like a mermaid.
Yeah, like a siren.
Yeah.
And then he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Smashing the window. Straight into the TV.
It is mad to have two dead birds.
So we'll see. Maybe
See, if there's a third one, I think something's going
What
on.
would be the third one? What does it go? Pigeon, magpie,
Sparrow,
owl.
owl.
You know, that'd be sad.
Yeah, that would be
Not
sad.
that life has different values, but it does.
But it does. I think an owl dying is sadder than a pigeon dying.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that.
You can all agree. I have a theory on animals as to why they are more sought after or wanted to be photographed, you know? Because no one wants to just no one looks at a pigeon on its own, walking along, whatever, and goes, oh my God, it's a pigeon, and takes a photo. However, if you see a squirrel, you're much more likely to be, oh, cute, a squirrel. And then it just goes up, you know? Like, if you see a stag, fucking hell, get a photo of that. Even a deer, you know? And I think it's the more timid they are, you know? Pigeons and seagulls are just in your space all the time.
Right.
What are you doing? What are you eating? Hey, how you doing? Can I hang out? You know, fuck off, you know? Whereas if a pigeon was like really timid and, you know, they could be more
aloof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're just always there.
Arrogant little shits.
Yeah.
Walking around with their gammy legs.
Exactly. Do you want to know about my gigs?
Yeah, go on then.
So, I forgot there was a one on Thursday with my function band. A lot of things on paper were good about this, right? 6:45 loading.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Take that.
Sandbanks area,
Right.
which is fine. And one set, 10 till 11:30. Just
Lovely.
play through. We get there. It wasn't a wedding. It was a fundraiser.
wedding.
Yeah. So there's no first dance to learn, even though I had a bit of banter with Mark Smith and messaged him about 3 or 4 in the afternoon saying, what key is everyone doing the first dance in? He clearly never had that joke before because he sent a voice message. And I think he was actually annoyed. He was like, you motherfucker, that's not even funny. I was like, yeah. It is though. But anyway, so we turned up, set up.
Sorry, see you at 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Lol.
But we set up downstairs in this like downstairs bar bit. So we got there at, 6:30, 6:45, you know, and we weren't on till 10, and everything was going on upstairs. They weren't going to come down until we started. So we have 3 hours to set up. On paper, everything's great. 6:45 loading, you know.
Set up in an empty room.
Set up in an empty room.
No first dance, not a wedding. Plenty of time.
One set all the way through.
Bosh.
But everything else was a bit shit. So, I mean, it was funny at first because at 10 o'clock, no one's in the room because there'd been this fundraiser upstairs where everyone just thought, well, that's where everything is. And there's a sound limiter, you know, and that had gone off during sound check. But we were like, okay, let's just turn it down. We're all right.
Did you know in advance there was a sound limiter?
I don't know. It's not a tailored gig, this one. And I feel like it's a bit more like just show up and see what happens. But we started playing. No, we didn't even start playing it on time, like, because 10 o'clock, no one's in the room. And Mark was like, what do we do at like 10:04, I was like, well, we may as well start playing because we're contracted and it's funny, you know? So I was saying all sorts of shit on the mic, like, right, if anyone falls down, pick them up, you know? No one there, not even the bartender. And we played for, 15 minutes and then people started coming down. And then we set off the sound limiter, like, and it cut the power. For those that don't know that are listening, the sound limiter will cut the power of a band, and then you have to turn everything back on, and it's a ball ache. It's bad for the gear, you know. So we said, and it was like we hadn't finished the song obviously, and then it just all cut out, and then they all clapped, and I was like, no, we're not done. Like it's just But then this woman came down. This is the bit that annoyed me. This woman came down while we're playing Valerie. She starts doing a really passive aggressive like motion of like turn it down, like could you turn it down? And so Mark's like turn it down while we're playing, and she keeps going, there's got to be more, and he showed her his like X-Air app, and he was like, look, we are on nothing, and I was barely hitting the drums by this point. She was like, look, people upstairs can't hear themselves talk. Then she went off, and then she came back again later. I was like, you've got to be quieter, and I was like, I can't play quieter. And we turned everything down. But I couldn't work out if she was the one that booked us or whether she was just a guest. But either way, it's annoying. Because one, if you've booked us and you're saying we're too loud, why the fuck have you booked a band? You know, because everyone there was rich, and it's like they're known to be rich. So all these people, the people that have booked them or like made the fundraiser happen, were obviously like, oh, we have to make sure the rich people are happy. And I reckon there was like a few people upstairs that might have been like, band are quite loud, I can't really hear you.
I'm trying to do a deal here, you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a big money deal.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's
this is
a band.
Yeah. This is Norfolk's most, you know, business people. Coleman's here. But then, anyway, she came down and told us again. But also, yeah, whether she's the one that's booked us or whether she's just a guest, if you're a guest, fuck off, you know, because you've had to walk past people dancing to tell us to go quieter. If you booked us, what are you doing? You asked for this, you know. Anyway, by that point, I'm just emotionally checked out, because it's like you start playing a beat and you're like, oh, it's sounding all right. And then you see it go into the red. You're like, right, okay, I've got to drag back. Okay, I'm barely hitting now, and it's still in the red. And you go, well, there's nothing else I can do. So there was like, we were playing Mr. Brightside, and at points I'm just hitting the hi-hat. I'm not even on kick and snare. I'm just like, there's no, because it's going to cut it, you know. And it was weird. The only way I can describe it is like, when you have a good gig, it feels like, oh, it's like I'm one up now, you know. It's like I was having an okay day, sort of average day, but now I've had a good gig, and now I'm like, yes. But that was like the opposite. I was like, I'm actually in a worse way after doing a gig, because it was almost like someone's like, hey, play drums. You're like, oh, brilliant. I like doing that. That's cool. And they're like, no, don't play. No, don't do that. You're like, well, you just told, yeah.
Do you want to drive a Ferrari? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'd rather walk.
Yeah. Can you run really fast over there? Well, don't run. You just told me to run. Yeah, no, but don't. Okay, now run. What now? Yeah. Well, no, not like, no, walk though. You're like, what? That's what playing the sound limiter was like, you know? So, yeah, it's just shit. It was a perfect example of like, money in the bin, dreams in the tin, you know? Just get it done.
Other way round.
What did I say?
Money in the bin. Money in the tin.
Money in the tin. Money in the bin.
Don't throw your money away.
Yeah.
Even worse off.
What are your dreams doing in the tin?
Oh, that's a shame.
But then I had 2 very good gigs after that. Do you want to hear about them?
Can do.
How long have we been going? I don't even
25 minutes, I think.
All right. Well, I'll bash through these.
Yeah, go on, bash through.
So we had 2 Lainey Wilson gigs. One in, so it was quite good, because the first night that function was in Poole, and then the 2 gigs after that were Dorset and Devon. So they're all sort of west. So we did Dorset, and it was Dorset Tractor Festival.
Of course, the big event of the year.
I've made it, you know.
Everyone's going, oh, Glastonbury.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget the Tractor Fest. But we weren't on the main stage. We were on like a little marquee area, and we were going, that's a bit shit. But it actually turned out to be quite good, because it rained. So, you know, it was quite dry most of the day. We were on at 10 to 11, quite late, after the cider drinking competition.
Oh, chicken wing eating competition.
I know, but that was
competition.
literally the act before us. It wasn't like a band.
What competition would you nail? What would you be like, yeah, I'm in for this one?
Are we on about food?
Food or drink? What would you, in a competitive eating, drinking, what would you go like, yep?
That's a good question. I reckon, I don't know. I don't know whether it be sweet or savoury. I don't know what I'm better with. Say something, I want to say, I was going to say pizza. Biscuits. Bourbon biscuits.
Bourbon biscuits?
Yeah, that's what I'd know.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be my thing. Just a cup of tea and 50. I think I could do 50 in one go.
All right.
If I haven't eaten for like 24 hours.
Well, funny you should say that. Bring them in. There's no one else here.
What could you do?
Jaffa cakes, I think. I could fucking hoover them up.
Yeah.
Like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're so small and so like, you're like, well, you can't have one.
No.
And then.
Well, I did my food shop today, and, things are expensive now, so you're always looking for the yellow sticker, you're looking for the bargain. You could get box of two boxes of 10 Jaffas in a pack for $2.25.
Right.
Or a single box of 10 for 75p. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, literally.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Do you reckon, how quickly do you reckon you could do a pack of, not even in competitive, but like you've had dinner, the pack of 10 go easily?
Under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes. Like,
and that's not even racing. That's just
a big foundation of my marriage is said to my wife early doors.
yeah,
If I'm eating something and you want some,
yeah,
don't wait for me to offer.
yeah,
Get your hands in there.
yeah,
Because I will just keep eating.
yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I'll just gone.
yeah,
So if you want some,
yeah,
go for it.
yeah.
Don't ask.
No,
Don't tell.
no,
Just,
absolutely.
just eat.
Yeah, just get in. So anyway, the gig, it rained, so our gig was great because it was sort of, it felt like a battle against the main stage, because the main stage, brilliant stage, actually had a runway thing, which Georgie was livid about because that's been her dream to play on a stage like that. But there were all the food vendors around it and whatever. And then you had our stage was sort of hidden away, and at like 10 to 10, no one in the tent. I was like, there's no one here. It's going to be like the gig last night, And then people started filing in. And a few people were like, hey, is this the Lainey Wilson show? We're like, yeah.
Obviously.
And so then people came in, and by the end it was quite packed. And it's largely due to the rain, but also it's quite nice to see it fill up. And we were like, oh, yes, we sort of won, So then the next night we played in Devon. So Devon, I've never been so proud of the band. I don't think Chris Hampson has ever been so proud of us either as the MD, because it was very quick changeover times. I think we had 25 minutes to get everything on stage, and there was no kit share or anything. So we got there 2 hours before. We spoke to the sound people or whatever, and there was a band playing. We were like, well, we just have to set up everything off stage. But it was windy. We were up a hill. I showed you the load-in. It was mental.
Yes.
And we're just on these grassy knolls, just trying to set up stuff, I was setting up my drums and, just, trying to make sure nothing's falling over. But we got everything set up, and we were like, right, as soon as they're off, fucking go time, And we managed to get everything set up, like as in full drum kit, full backline, PA, tracks in like 15 minutes, ears done, like just we were like on it, and we were like, fucking hell, we are good. That was good. Like that was like a
spent so long celebrating, you missed the start of your set.
yeah. Come on,
guys,
band.
you're on.
Yeah. You got to do what you're here to do. But then the gig was great. It was the first time we've had like people like come to the front, because when you play these festivals, I mean, it was a smaller one as well, but I've noticed like you'll be playing and you can see there's a lot of people, but they're like quite far back. You're like, fucking come a bit closer, But this was like, it was like, I don't know, 6 to 8 rows of people, like all kind of pushed to the front. And I was like, I like that. I like that it was that thing where I think a lot of people would rather play, a sold out, packed 200, venue, as opposed to like a 2,000 seat venue, but only 1,000 people have shown up. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather do the edge of the wedge and it's fucking crammed than wedge of drums and it's 200 people. So it's brilliant, and we had a great show, and it was just like cool. We know what we're doing now. But it was long old way to go. And I woke up the next morning. I was like, oh, I think I've got a cold. Do you ever just? I feel like that's how it goes now. It's like, hey, I'm good, and then 6 hours later, because we had to leave at about 7 a.m. It's like, oh, I'm ill, So long old journey back. But great weekend of gigs.
Oh, lovely stuff.
But yeah. Oh, last thing, should we talk about the Rush drummer? Because I thought that was interesting. If we've got
Can
time.
do. I don't know too much about it.
No, I don't know, but I just thought people are talking about it. So Rush, obviously, one of those bands that had such a legendary drummer, Neil Peart, that it's sort of like, who could fill his shoes when he died, And Anika Niles has done it. And I thought that's a gig that a lot of drummers wouldn't even want to take. I remember Taylor Hawkins was offered, and he went, no, absolutely not. Like, because I know Rush fans, I am a Rush fan, and all of the fans that will just be like, no, I'm not doing that. But it's quite sweet. I feel like they haven't been playing for so long now that it's almost like, do you know what? The band seem happy, and if she can nail it, then great. But I just think in terms of like a band, I don't know how much time we've got left, but it's that thing of like, I was going to say, what is the band that you just could never, join, because the drummer's got such a, like Foo Fighters is a tough one, I'd say,
Yeah.
Because people are going to be like,
What
"Can you
makes
feel
it?
the
Is it
shoes?"
the drummer or the drum parts? What's the...
I don't know.
Because a lot of these,
Yeah.
some of these big drummers, the personality of the drummer and
Yeah.
the parts themselves become intertwined as to why
Yeah.
they become a legend.
Yeah.
Where you could, at a push, say like Muse,
Yeah.
iconic band,
Yeah.
Dom, a great drummer,
Yeah.
and obviously well known,
Yeah.
but you could feel like wouldn't be too hard
No.
for someone to
Yeah.
fill in,
Yeah.
because you're not like, oh, that,
Yeah.
there's this iconic drum
Yeah.
parts or something
Yeah.
like that, or he's not like a huge personality.
Or even like their style, because arguably the White Stripes, famously Meg White,
Had a go.
from a technical point, isn't that great. But if you got some session guy on it, would it be as raw and whatever? Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's why the Muse thing. It's like he's just a very solid rock drummer.
I mean, I think Blink's the hardest.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest.
Well, yeah, because
surely.
he is the most famous member of the band.
Yeah,
say.
well, and as a person, but also what he plays defines that band.
Yeah.
Because the other two just do
Yeah.
power chords.
Well, he's a perfect example of when you watch and it's like it really is the drummer that, makes it, and you sort of, because I feel like if you had a drummer that was the level that they're at musically, it wouldn't be as good,
Well, you get sometimes like, well, it's like Trigger's Broom, innit? You go and see a band, it's like, it's just the singer left.
Yeah.
And when the singer goes, like,
Yeah.
what's the point? Are you really seeing that band anymore?
Yeah.
And do you know, like Funeral for a Friend?
Yeah.
Like, they've been doing stuff recently, but I think they've got a different singer.
Mm.
And you're like, oh, it's not Funeral for a Friend though, is it?
Yeah.
Even though the other guys are the same. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
That feels more like a cover band, like a tribute act.
Yeah.
Harsh as that sounds. But when you got a band like Blink, we're like, well, that's probably, if Travis wasn't playing, can you go, oh, that's Blink?
Yeah.
He's reversed it.
Yeah.
He's flip reversed it, boys. He's flip reversed it.
Exactly.
Exactly. And you get those bands, and I think, obviously you got, Rush, Zeppelin, things like that, where you're like, well, is it them?
Yeah.
Like, they're so iconic.
Yeah.
Could anyone, do the Lainey Wilson UK tribute?
Well, famously,
without
there's a drummer called Kurt who's ready for that gig, Kurt Phillips, he's my new boy. Shout out to Kurt Phillips. Don't think he listens, but he's done a few, but it's always a joke amongst Georgie and I. If I ever piss her off, she's like, sorry, do you want me to call Kurt? So it's always someone gunning for your gig,
He's like Barry from Extras, just waiting in the wings. Sorry, mate, he's doing the gig. Oh, damn it. And he's got his Zildjian cap on and
his glasses,
his Audi shoes on.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, fuck.
Exactly.
Oh, he's doing the gig.
Yeah.
Stealing sweets from the table. I got a couple of bits to wrap up with, boy.
Go on.
If you're up for that.
Yeah.
What's annoyed me? Several
God.
things. Sorry, we've done the Dead Magpie. I've write these things down. So a venue we played a lot. Probably the most played wedding venue I've done. Wasing Park near Reading, not like Reading.
Yeah.
We got there and it was all fine. Two things annoyed me. One, we were actually. It's a great venue for a band because you just pull the car up to the door. Literally to the stage door.
Yeah.
I'm sat at the kit. I can see my car when the door's open. It's great.
Nice,
Leave the cars there.
Yeah.
Load out. Bosh. Half 11 finished. Job done. Cheers. Easy. Know it. Good pizzas.
Yeah.
Right. And we were chatting to one of the venue staff, and just about like times and stuff. Oh, they're just doing photos. Blah 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 blah. And we were like, she was like, "Have you been here before?" I was like, "Yeah." Like we were just saying on the way here, it was probably our favourite venue.
Yeah.
Actually, to play. Played it lots. Love it. And then they were like, right, they're ready. We got on stage and then ready, and then they were going to bring everyone in and then just want to groom. And we were ready, it's plugged in, everything. And then this guy came out, he's like, you need to move your cars. Like, okay. He's like, we're going to hold everyone back until you move your cars.
Wow.
Like, okay, fine. Unplug, take the in-ears out.
Yeah.
3 of us go move our cars to the car park, walk back.
Oh my God.
And then the other venue person came up to us like they're ready, and she said, "Oh, thanks for being in the cars." And I went, "It's not my favourite venue anymore." And she looked at me like, "What?" And I went, "Had to move the cars.
Yeah.
It's not my favourite venue anymore." She genuinely looked annoyed
Yeah, I bet she did.
at me.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyway, another thing that annoyed me about the gig, it was a fight. It was a nice, easy wedding, all that, right? There was a guy. You can spot musicians in the crowd, like a fucking like that.
Yeah.
You can see. I see you looking.
Yeah.
I see you looking, sunshine.
Yeah, exactly.
And this guy, and he was enjoying it. He was dancing,
Yeah.
clearly looking a lot at the band.
Yeah.
Right. And then in our break, he goes up to Elliot and he's like, "Oh, it's totally fine if you say no." Well, if you think that, don't ask.
Yeah.
He's like, like I actually play keys.
Yeah.
Like I play keys.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, like, I don't know if you do it, but I'm listening, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, if you do it in a particular key, I'd love to just, I don't know if you do it, but can I play Get Lucky?
Yeah.
And one, shit song
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
Two, if you're that good, surely you can do it in any key. It's just 4 chords.
Surely you should be gigging, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're that
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Obviously said no.
Yeah.
That should be the end of it.
Yeah.
Later on, the groom comes up to me and
God.
Neil, and with another friend. This guy's not there, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sure to ask, but like, my mate's just wondering, like, he plays piano, and you're like, mate,
Yeah.
we've said no,
Yeah.
and you've gone to the groom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they said no.
Yeah.
If you asked them,
Yeah.
we were like, nah, sorry.
Yeah. Good for
So that
you.
annoyed me.
Yeah.
One last thing, right, to finish up. So, this is a tricky one. This is a tricky one, right? Now, I'm going to look for the email. Right. So, freshman year, pop punk band, alternative. You know, we do that sort of stuff, right? Usually an alternative bride and groom, alternative crowd, right? Now, obviously, I had a gig the other week where they had 48 minutes of sleep token in the break between sets. Got an email from someone quite new at Taylor at the agency. "Hi, Ben and Neil. Client has a special request. This is for freshman year in August. Caramel by Sleep Token." And there's a YouTube link. Is this possible? Now, instantly I'm thinking, it's fucking Sleep Token.
Yeah.
Like,
Again.
you know. But you never know. Maybe it could be like a stripped down acoustic version or something. Quite simple. I click the link.
Yeah.
Starts off synths.
Yeah.
We were a 3-piece guitar, bass and drums, right? Starts with synths. It's classic Sleep Token, auto-tune vocodery vocals. Then it goes into this groove.
Right.
And 2, the drummer, it's like a fucking great groove.
Yeah.
Absolute chock with splash cymbals, crash cymbals, rolling tom fills, all that, hi-hat trills, all this sort of stuff. And in about 3 minutes 47, because I'd never heard this song, it goes fucking heavy with guttural screaming and insane double kick and like fat down-tuned guitars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, absolutely no way.
Yeah.
So I replied to the agent, "Hi Jess, I'm afraid that's not possible.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Winty." And she said, "Not a problem, I'll let them know."
Yeah.
Then I got an email a few minutes later. "I've been asked to come back and I will ask why this can't be performed."
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's a tricky one because I don't want to go because we're not good enough.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be like, because like, we are a good band.
Yeah.
But we can't play Sleep Token.
No.
Also, it's not to say like, I mean, I couldn't play those drums.
Yeah.
Right? If I worked for a year on that, maybe I could get close.
Yeah.
But this is for a one-off.
Yeah.
For a gig.
Yeah.
Like, who's listened to that?
Yeah.
Like the client, I'm sure the agent hasn't listened to that.
Yeah.
Like, have a listen.
Yeah.
And go, is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Like most other bands on Taylor, especially can you do it on Stevie Wonder? Do you know what I mean? Like songs.
It's Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. Pops. It's so I was like, how do I reply?
Yeah.
Like without going like, oh, because we're shit.
Yeah.
But also going like, you fucking mental.
Yeah.
So I actually asked Google Gemini to help.
Right.
And then I sort of edited the reply. So I put, "I just, okay." Because I thought I'd give it a little bit of like, I said, "Well, take a listen to the track, especially from 3 minutes 47.
Yeah.
It's insane and well out of the remit for what a function band could be expected to play.
Yeah.
But here's a more friendly reply for the client. And whilst we do like Sleep Token, they rely heavily on studio and live production featuring 8-string down-tuned guitars, synths, backing tracks, electronic drum loops, and multi-layered backing vocals. As a classic 3-piece pop-punk live band, we're not really set up to be able to play something like this.
Yeah.
Sleep Token's music is also incredibly technical, and the time and effort it would take to get even close to a good performance is really out of the expectation for a one-off performance from a wedding band. On a personal note, as good a drummer as I am, their drummer, too, is heralded as one of the best metal drummers of his generation. And his playing ability, especially on this song, is something I and many, many other drummers can only aspire to achieve. Sorry we can't perform this request. Would be happy to look at alternatives that are more suited to our lineup. I was like, come on, guys.
Is that where it's been left?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like, I'm up for a challenge.
Yeah.
But not that.
No.
Not that. Like,
no.
Because I couldn't play that.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And some songs you get asked to play, you're like, oh, that's a bit fiddly.
Yeah.
But you can do it.
Yeah.
But you can't do Sleep Token.
No.
You can't do that
No.
as a 3-piece pop-punk band at a wedding. Really.
I do remember I played my cousin's wedding years ago, probably about 10 years ago now. And he wanted us to play White Trash Millionaire by, I can't remember who. It was like a really heavy tune. And it was fun. But it was a family wedding, and I remember thinking, like, Ali, why have you done this? You know, like, Nan's here, you know? Like, what are you doing? Actually, she wasn't. But a lot of aunties are here, you know? We're playing metal. They're going to be like, what's George doing, you know? So just explain to them that was your choice, please, Ali, because, yeah. Anyway, nice. Right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah. And another news, going on holiday in October, isn't it?
Yeah.
Books lovely little holiday. Athens.
Athens.
Ever been?
I've been to Crete.
Right. It's not Athens, though, is it? No.
That's how I'm going to answer all questions. Do you like pizza? No, but I do like hummus.
No, but I have been to Crete.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already been.
Can you play the Sleep Token song? No, but I have been to Crete. Yeah.
Showing off. That'd be nice.
It will be nice, yeah.
You're seeing all the Olympics sites.
Yeah.
You know, you went to Barcelona.
I've been to London.
You've been to London. That's free.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, October.
Great.
For the wife's birthday. So lovely little week in the sun.
Yeah, lovely.
Cheers. George, been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure.
Get in touch.
Yep.
Let me check the email address. I should know it by now, but I don't. drummerdrummerpod@gmail.com. Get in touch. Ever had a dead magpie hanging from your chimney? Come on, let's get specific. I'm looking at you, Brian Locke.
Yeah.
But you've got some stories to tell. Any requests that you've been asked to play that are fucking mental?
Yeah.
Ever been to Crete? We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Sorry, I was yawning.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.